Well, on Thursday, the opposition National Democratic Congress responded to Vice President Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia's town hall meeting on the state of the economy. The NDC, among others, said the city lost significantly against the dollar after the Vice President's lecture, and they quoted Bloomberg. So JoyNews' resident fact-checker Raymond Akwa has been doing some digging. Here are facts he shared with Israel Lai on JoyNews Prime.
He also referenced Bloomberg, so it's only fair that we go to the same site and find out what the Bloomberg rate was. If you check currently on the Bloomberg rate, this is what we have today. Now, beneath this is the actual previous closing day figure, and this is the figure. So you look at it, they tell you the previous closing day. End of day yesterday was 5.3075. This is the figure, nowhere near the 5.6 that the MP made reference to. I mean, of course, it's possible that in the course of the day, but if you checked yesterday's also, the range, day range, as is given today, was also between this particular end. It wasn't to the point of 5.5, 5.6, so that I can say that it falls within that particular range in the same way. I hope you understand.
So it is rather on the weak range that we see, it going up to 5.86.
5.86, and it is actually, this is the specific figure he was referring to, was the case for yesterday anyway.
All right. So that's with what the MP for Bogatanga Central had to say. Now, we also want to fact-check some things that the Vice President has been saying on at the town hall meeting on Wednesday.
Yes, the Vice President talked about the growth rate for 2017 being higher than that of the sub-region and also being one of the highest in the world. Indeed, except for the specific growth rate was 8.1, except for countries like Ethiopia and a few countries in the world. This was one of the highest ranking what they call growth rates in the world at the time. Indeed, the IMF predicted that Ghana was going to be one of the highest ranking.
Yes.
It wasn't the highest, but it was one of the highest ranking. But he said it would be one of the highest in the world. Indeed, he said for the sub-region. The sub-region was extremely low. It was between 2.7 and 2.9. And the highest projection you could get for the sub-region was 3.4. So our growth rate in 2017 was indeed very high, way higher than the sub-region. So the Vice President was completely right on all the three elements he said the growth rate failed in that particular case.
All right, so he also had something to say about the debt figures.
Yes, first and foremost, he talked about that of the year 2014 being 70.2. Okay, so what he decided to do is to basically take the pre-rebasing figure, but you know that rebasing reference here was 2013, so it affects 2014, and use it for that particular period. If you use the pre-rebasing figure, he will be right. But the rebase figure puts it at 51%. Just that when he's quoting the debt figures for 2018, end year 2018, he uses the rebase figures.
All right.
Of course, it makes it look way lower, but in a similar way, when he was quoting for even end year 2016, he used the old series and decided to use that for the comparison. I mean, of course, perhaps because of the politics of it, you have to decide which one you want to use. But so far as we've done rebasing, the new figures are all you use. It's for a reason. It's because you don't want to be confused with pre-rebasing figures interfering the new ones. Because
especially when you're comparing.
When you're comparing within a period, at least you would have to compare like to like and not ones that are being pre-rebased in this case. And of course, he also made mention about the actual debt that this government actually inherited in 2017. He said it was 122 billion. This is also false for a simple reason. You know, the figure was in our first budgets. Then in the same year, the Controller Accountant General's Department came out to say that no, the figure should be 120.3 billion, not 122 billion. Indeed, and our laws indicate that the man to tell us our true state of our finances and our accounts is the Controller Accountant General. When the Auditor General had to audit it, the Auditor General also ended the same verdict of 120.3 billion and not 122 billion in this particular case.
All right, so probably the 222 figure should have been revised in the notes.
Yes, of course, in the throes of preparing this particular one.